Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So I am doing one single pickup video here from the Expo. I'll do another once I get back as kind of a recap because I do have a box of cards that I haven't had the chance to sort through. So this is the stuff that I actually received from ShipMyCards that I was able to get directly to the booth at the Expo. And then also some stuff that I was gifted, and at the same time also some stuff that I was able to buy on the show floor. Overall, the number of cards that I was able to pick up is actually relatively small. So I'll go through a couple of these here and I'll try to indicate which ones are from mail that was in the past that I was just picking up, and which ones were gifts, and which ones were actually stuff that I picked up on the Expo floor. Now I do have a mix of different things, so I'll try to go through the different categories here. We'll start off with all the non-hockey stuff, and then we'll finish off with the hockey stuff, including update to the Modano count. So the first two here are actually from ShipMyCards. These were ones that were brought and that I was able to pick up at the booth there at the Expo, which is a good service they provide. First one is for the Not Swell Fella PC. So I'll try to get a little bit of lighting on there. That is the Flair Showcase Legacy Collection. It's a good shiny Favre. Number 45 Legacy Collection. So that's a good one included as part of that collection. Next up here was one that I wanted to get as a souvenir. I think I showed it off in the podcast as well. So this is from 2023. This is the Museum Collection. So picked up of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Number 15 there. And with the little barcode there, you can actually see where the memorabilia piece comes from, which is a nice feature. So that's included as part of the ShipMyCard stuff that was included in that package. This one was actually a gift from Baubles and Ball Cards, which of course I appreciate. He of course knew that I collected Vladimir Guerrero and actually brought this in the appropriate SGC, since Baubles was a bulk submitter for it at the time. And this is from 2019 Topps Complete Set. So there's the All-Star Game emblem on there in an SGC 10. So a very boutique kind of card. So kind of a fun card there from the rookie year of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Appreciate that. This next one here was actually one that I did purchase on the Expo show floor. This was one that I picked up earlier today, so on Saturday that I'm recording this. And I was able to talk the dealer down a little bit. I thought it was a clean autograph, so I like that kind of stuff. So this is from 2022 Topps Pristine, the Pure Power Gold Refractor. So again, there's some nice shine from the Topps Pristine. Juan Soto on-card autograph there. And since it is the Gold Refractor, it is numbered 50. So nice clean autograph. That one will fit in the Soto PC nicely. Always like that. Last one here for the baseball is also from the ShipMyCards package, and this is one that I was able to pick up on eBay. This is 1998 Donruss Crusade. So it's Carlos Delgado, who's actually on a contemporary Hall of Fame ballot. And during the live stream that I did last night, we were actually talking about who on the ballot I would like to see. So this is a homer pick for me, but Delgado is one who was one of my favorite sluggers at the time and obviously played for the Blue Jays. So for me, it's kind of fun to pick up some cards for him. I do have probably 300 plus cards of him. So when I can get some stuff from the 90s, it's always a nice thing. So Donruss Crusade has 3 different colors, and this one is the purple. It isn't labeled on the top of the label, but it's very clearly the purple version. Mint 9, and it is numbered to 100. So that's a nice addition there. I also have the green one that I believe is numbered to 250. So now I've got 2 out of the 3. So maybe at some point I can get the third one to kind of complete this little mini rainbow. But these ones have amazing shine. So even with the lighting the way it is here, you can still at least get a little bit of a sense of that shine. So that's a really great card there. So that's it for the baseball and football. So let's get into some hockey stuff here. The first 3 cards here are actually ones that I either purchased today at the Expo or from the trade night, because for the first time I did decide to attend the trade night. If I remember, I took like 2 pictures of the trade night itself just to give you a bit of a sense of it. I'll talk more about it when I do a little debrief on the podcast episode post Expo. But overall, it was fun. I was kind of at a table with a few folks that I knew, so it was kind of a fun conversation. For the most part, I didn't really have to wander too far to see much. And it was one of those things. One of the purchases I made was actually at the table. They happened to have one of the cards that I was interested in, or the kind of card that I was interested in. I kind of explained that. And then we were able to come to a deal that was completely fair. So the first one is actually from the Expo show floor. And this is from 2425 SP Authentic Hockey, the Ottinger. So we got a nice patch autograph on there. Limited auto material, number 100. So right there, 2425. So that's a relatively new one, but a very nice patch piece for the Ottinger. Put together a little collection of stuff like that. And next one here is 2223 SP Authentic, and this is the Upper Deck Authentics. This is also a patch auto, but this one's out of 49. And this is one that I picked up at the trade night that was actually at the table that I was sitting in while I was having a conversation. So why bother and get up and wander away when the cards you want to pick up are right at the table? Makes it a little bit easier. So that's a nice one there as well, on card auto. And this one I actually picked up from Lapper from YouTube, and somebody that I get a chance to chat with here and there, and it was great to have a conversation with him. He had this card on the table, and we kind of went back and forth and came to a price that we were happy with, so it was good. This is 2015-2016 Upper Deck Ice Premier's autographs. So it's a Mikko Rantanen. So he's not listed as a Dallas Star here, but he's got the long-term contract with Dallas. So I was able to pick this one up as well. And Eric will be proud that it is in a Beckett 9.5 with the Beckett 10 autograph on there, numbered to $4.99. So kind of a fun card there. I don't have too many Mikko Rantanens, but I figure I'll grab the odd one here and there, and like the on-card auto with the acetate, so that's good. Next one here was actually from a COMC order, and this one was included as part of the ShipMyCards. So here's a Jamie Benn card included in there. This one's numbered to 50, and this is the Skybox Premium. And I believe this is basically the Star Rubies variant they've got in there, 2014-2015 showcase. So it's got some good shine to it. Shows off, and you can see they're numbered to 50. So it's just a nice addition. Those are inexpensive if you're able to get them on COMC most of the time. This one here was a gift. So I don't include any names on here. I can definitely add them in later on if I talk about the story a little bit more, if they're okay with that. But this was very nice, very thoughtful. So this is from Donruss Preferred, the gold Modano. I've got one of these, but honestly, these are really fun to look at. Great shine on these ones. And I've got a couple of stories related to some stuff also, kind of discussing some of these cards and showing them off, so very cool. This one also was a gift. These next two also was part of that same gift, and this is an oversized 2007-2008 Victory Hockey. So we got an oversized Modano included in there. Kind of a fun card. And thankfully it includes the top loader, because the challenge with a lot of these is you've got to either find pages or something to hold them in, so it's a little bit trickier with the oversize. Then from oversize to undersize, this is 2016-17 O-Pee-Chee Hockey. This is the V Series, so they went based on an old school design and went with a smaller form factor. But another one I needed for the collection, which is nice. These next two were ones that I got from COMC. That was included in the ShipMyCards. So it's 2008-2009 MVP, and these are the 2-on-2 jerseys. So first one here includes Nabokov and Patrick Marleau on one side, and then Modano and Turco on the other side. And then the next one, 2-on-2, same thing. We've got Modano and Turco on the front side of it, and more Dallas Stars, Yuri Letin and Sergei Zubov on the back. A couple of jersey cards there. Now, when I do the Modano count, I'm not going to give you the breakdown of the other components of it because I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I will give you the overall number. I'll do the update on that one. Now, this one here was actually purchased on the show floor technically, but not by me. This is one of those situations where Bubbles and Ball Cards, who actually was attending his first expo, got a chance to go in early on Thursday. I was actually pretty excited and was sending me different images because he was able to find different Modano cards in certain tables. This is one that came across, and I actually thought the price on it was fair, but I did ask him if he could offer them a little bit less, and they ended up taking that. So we ended up grabbing this one and then got it back into my hands, and we settled up. And this is from the 2017 Stickwork, I think 2016-2017 Stickwork Hockey. So this one's from Leaf. So we got a stick piece on there. 100 greatest of all times from Stickwork, numbered to 25. It's a kind of cool card. Another memorabilia piece. We can add those inexpensively. We always like that. Same vein, another stick card here. This one's from 22-23 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection Hockey. It's called Stick With Me from Ultimate, and this is numbered to 25. There's another memorabilia piece to add to the collection. Then the last two here are an autograph and then a memorabilia autograph to finish things off. From 24-25 Ultimate Collection, this is the short printed autograph. Not numbered, but SP'd. A couple of versions of this, so this is the Silver Auto. And the last one I would consider to be the big pickup overall, and this is from the Cup, 23-24, the Cup Hockey. Honorable numbers. This is the Mike Modano here, and it is a patch autograph, hand numbered to 9. So I'll take an image on this one and include it on the Instagram because it's definitely the big piece of the weekend. But that's a great one to add to the collection. I always love to be able to add pieces like this and stuff like this that you go out to the Expo and I try to look out for. A little bit quality over quantity. So even though I don't have a crazy amount of individual cards, I feel like a lot of them are pretty good. And at the same time, there was also some ShipMyCard stuff and everything else that added to the overall thing. So that's it for the pickups this weekend so far. I do have Sunday left over, so more than likely I'll be getting the Modano autograph on a couple of jerseys because he is signing on Sunday. But then also, I will take one last look around. I don't have a lot of cash left over. I'll bring a little bit extra just in case. if I do see something, and I know there's a couple of things out there that maybe I'll look at, but it's going to be relatively small stuff. For the most part, I think the big bulk buying has already happened. This one definitely is the big centerpiece pickup for the weekend. So there you go, a little zoom in there just to show off the big card. So with those new pickups from the Expo, I'm sitting at 2,824 unique Mike Modano cards. So almost 2825. I'll double check the math when I get home, but I'm pretty sure I'm bang on. Although, kind of caveat here, I do have some stuff that Eric has actually brought over that was different eBay pickups. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple of Modanos in there. So when I do the final recap when I get back, I'll include those. So this number will probably go up. As far as the memorabilia and the autographs in there, I will have to do that count after the fact. I will include that in the next update, but this is the update up until this moment, so at least I know the total number of cards as it stands right now. That's it for the pickups at the moment. I wanted to make sure I at least go through these. I do have some wrestling cards included as well, but I'll do that in a separate video where I'll talk about those. And I've also got a ton that are sitting in that box as well. So there's definitely some more that I can include. One other thing is that I will also be doing a video talking about some other things. I was able to take care of a lot of the main things that I wanted to do, dropped off stuff at ComC. I do have some cards that I want to drop off for consignment, and I'll kind of do a discussion on that in a future video. We'll talk about the process and how it went for me. So that'll be one of the things I'll focus on fairly early. I'm also expecting to get back one of the cards that I submitted for grading from PSA for the end of show grading. So that's one that I'm waiting on, and more than likely I'll have that back tomorrow. And then other than that, I don't think I'm dropping off. Well, actually, I might have a handful of cards that I'll drop off for grading itself because I'm not in a hurry with those ones. So that one I can have just submitted as normal. And if that's the case, I'll make sure I send those off tomorrow as well. So overall, that's it. With most of the show out of the way, we're just got the one day left. It's been pretty successful, I would say. We'll definitely talk some more about how that went. And like we'll have Bobbles, we'll have / Brandon, and we'll talk about that more on the podcast. Now, Eric will be getting back probably a little bit late, so we'll see how the timing works out. Usually I record that on Mondays and then we drop it on Tuesday. I think that's still the plan, so we'll see how it goes. I'll talk to the guys, and then depending on how their schedulings work out, we may defer it a little bit, or we'll record it as normal and drop it on Tuesday. Outside of that, more videos coming up on the channel, live streams on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the longest running episodic, whatever it is. Next week, we will be back to the normal schedule, 8 p.m. Eastern, as is usually the case, and we'll talk post-Expo. We'll let Bobby talk about some more about the stuff he was doing and how it went, and we'll get more of a holistic view from everybody else and share some good stories, I think. With that done, that's it for this one. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.